The playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18 plus bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Let's go to Iran because, boy, is there a lot of developments there. President Trump just a few minutes ago essentially saying that the blockade is staying in place, that we are choking Iran, and there are reports that he's taking that sort of economic choke position, maybe waiting on another military action. So is that the right call or not? Let's go to Brigadier General John Teichert. He used to be with Air Force and Space Force. And General, where's this going?
Rita and John, thanks for having me. And I'm so glad and not surprised that the president turned down this bogus deal from Iran. Just like they always do. They were negotiating in bad faith. The deal was not good to the United States. And in fact, just because we are choking them out by strangling their finances via this blockade, that's the only reason they even came to us with a deal. But the deal was bogus. It was bad faith. And I'm so glad that we're holding their feet to the fire and continuing the strangulation campaign using the blockade.
Rudy Washington.
Well, General, I don't believe that's going to work. Ultimately, we're going to
Rudy Washington. I'm with
you know what I'm going to say. I hope we're making the best use of this time and identifying where all these characters are that's doing this because they have the guns. They don't care if their people don't eat. They'll let their people starve and they'll eat, and the oil could blow up in the fields. They don't care. The only way you're going to end this is to go in and finish it.
And you know who says that is General Jack Keane. We had him on the other day.
Right.
Our friend, and I know you know him, General Teichert. General Keane was saying that there's still like 20%, I think he said, of targets that are left, and it's going to take a pounding.
Well, so I appreciate you guys bringing this up because I also believe that we need to do the blockade plus something called strategic interdiction, which is striking those targets that General Keane and others are talking about.
Amen.
And that is the residual capability of the military in Iran to project power. That includes leadership targets and regime targets like internal security sites. And I believe it should include Karg Island because I think you speed up the blockade process by permanently removing their ability to fund the regime. And I think if you do all of those things combined, then it starts getting the attention of the regime in a way that just the blockade would not.
Yeah, no, sort of do it at the same time, choke them. Now, one of the other things, I was watching a couple other generals today. One of them was talking about maybe it is time to start hitting some more bridges too. I mean, I'm going to throw that out. Karg Island's obviously their oil, reserves that are exploding right now. But what's the next step?
So I agree that there are some targets that I would call dual use. Those are bridges, those are power plants that the regime relies upon to maintain power. And I think if you start looking back at how we can use our air power strikes to harm the regime and the way it funds itself and the way it organizes, trains, and equips its forces, then I think if you do those things, using air power, not just to strike ballistic missiles, we did a great job of that in the first 6 weeks of the war, but now it's time to take a step back and be very strategic in how we use our strikes to maximize effect on the regime and minimize effect on the Iranian population. And I think that is the way that we can turn the tide on this pretty quickly.
Last word. What do you think President Trump's next move is going to be? And then we have to take a break.
Nope. I know that the president has been briefed on these waves of strike options that can add to and accelerate the effects of the blockade. I think the president may give the blockade another week or so, but I really think he's going to understand pretty quickly that implementing some of these strike options on top of the blockade is the best move to get this thing done quickly.
General Teichert, thank you so much for your service, and thank you for everything you keep working for America. Thank you so much.
Thank you, General.
You guys are awesome as always. Thanks.
Thank you.
This is Roger Stone with a serious warning for you. The U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power since 1912. Your savings are exposed, and gold and silver remain the final hedge against currency devaluation, inflation, and ongoing economic uncertainty worldwide. So call 844-272-2428 now to get your free gold and silver guide from American Sovereign Bullion and learn how to protect your wealth with gold and silver. Call 844-272-2428 or visit dyingdollar.com. That's dyingdollar.com.